Hello, folks. My name is Detroit Miracle, and I am here to discuss some of the things that are going on in Ukraine amongst the Ukraine people as well as African people that live over there. I watched a couple of videos the other day which showed that Ukrainian men were trying to keep black people from crossing the border into Romania. And on another video, it showed Ukrainian people trying to prevent black people from getting on the train to get out of town. Yeah. And those black people are students, workers, and law-abiding citizens rather than them being criminals or invaders. So I'm going to ask the Ukrainian people, or I'm going to ask the ones that are acting racist that way, why aren't y'all showing such hostility and aggression towards y'all invaders rather than showing hostility towards black people, citizens in which stayed in your country? Hey, those black people have nothing to do with the invasion in Ukraine. So why mistreat them like that? You must admit I'm asking a simple question. The black folks that y'all were preventing from getting on to the trains and crossing the borders, they're not bombing your cities and killing your people. So what is that? Some kind of misplaced aggression? It appears to be that way to me. And not all Ukrainian people are expressing open racism. It's just a portion of the population that are doing that, apparently. You know, that's an indication that you get things back. When you do wrong to people, one way or the other, you're going to get it back. And many racist Ukrainians apparently are baffled about the invasion on their country. Many of them don't believe that their racist perspective viewpoints are justification to be invaded, raided, slaughtered, and murdered. You heard of that thing called karma? When you do unto others in a certain type of way, then it's going to come back on you. It might not come back right away, but there is an eventuality to that. Just remember that, folks. Yeah, I had to add my 2 cents into it because those videos I've seen are most disturbing, irritating, and disgusting. And some of those black women had babies in their arms while being prevented to get on trains and while being prevented to cross borders. Hey, how can you prevent somebody from crossing into Romania, which isn't a part of Ukraine? Romania isn't your country. Yeah, exactly. Duh. And I think those black dudes over there should have just started swinging and firing and went berserk soon as they started preventing black women with children from crossing the border, because that takes the racism a step further. And it's something very disgusting. And those, you notice, many of the men at the border have abandoned their white Ukrainian women. Yeah, so those men are cowards. They're cowardly, racist people that wouldn't even stay to fight for their women, home, society, and way of life. Because I've seen videos of women that refuse to leave and run away from the Russian invaders. Instead, they chose to take up arms and fight for their country and stand strong with support efforts. Yeah, I've seen women stand up there in full body armor with all types of weaponry in some photos, but when they show the cowardly men at the borders trying to leave and run, what does that say to the women? Well, it says that they are cowards, those men, and when they eventually try to come back to those same women, those ladies aren't going to look at them as men, but in fact as cowards. Yeah, and that would be the right way to approach it. And those women should very well tell those guys, you men aren't real men at all. Instead, y'all are cowards that abandon your homeland in its time of need. And most apparently, y'all have abandoned the women to do y'all fighting for you. Yeah. Well, folks, I had to add my 2 cents in it, even though I know that war and conflict doesn't really pertain to me or African Americans, but when it pertained to other black people who were being prevented from leaving to get out of harm's way, then it became my problem as well. Okay, folks, I'd appreciate it if you would drop those likes, comments, and up those subscriptions to me, Detroit Miracle, and peace out.